Absolute value functions. So these we did in class on the calculator. So I'm just going to recap here what the rules were that we learned. Do you remember what adding a number to the outside of the graph? Well, maybe let me start back with just the, I don't have it on here, the plain absolute value graph, right? You remember that that is a V because it has ordered pairs such as -3, the absolute value of which is 3, -2, 2, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And when we graph those, we get that V shape. I didn't draw it very well because it's centered here at 0, 0. And if we add a number to the outside of the graph, do you agree that it moves our graph? You are right, up. What if we subtract a number? You are right, down. Adding a number to the inside kind of does the opposite of what you think. It moves it left, where subtracting a number to the inside of the equation moves it right. What about multiplying by a number bigger than 1? Right, it's a steeper slope. It's tighter, I say sometimes, versus less steep or wider. Right? And then when you multiply by a negative, it reflects over the x-axis. Sometimes I say upside down, but really it's more correct to say reflects over the x-axis. So we want you to be able to do these without a calculator. So we want you to be able to say, okay, this one goes right to up 3. And so instead of at 0, 0, I go right to up 3. And then I make that normal looking V. So the vertex is 2, 3. Domain asks what kind of values can we plug in for x, and we can plug in any value for x, but the y values are all bigger than or equal to 3. Try the next one. The plus 4 on the inside is going to go left 4, and then the minus 1 down 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 down 1, and then this negative, what does that do? Right, it reflects it. So the vertex is -4, -1. And domain is always all real numbers for these graphs. Anything can go for x. There's no restrictions. But whatever we plug in for x, you'll notice that the y values here, all these y values, are less than or equal to -1. Great. Here we see a 3, which is going to make our slope steeper. We see an up 1 here, so we're going to start here. And people wonder, how do I know how steep to make it? It's like a slope where you go up 3 over 1, up 3, back 1. So there's your thing. Your vertex is 0, 1. A lot of times I just have you circle that it's tighter. Domain, again, all real numbers. And what's the range? Right, y is greater than or equal to 1. The last one really puts it all together. I see this x plus 4, that's telling me left 4. I see the -2 on the outside, that tells me down 2. So that gets me my vertex for -2. The -1/2 really is the slope, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. It's upside down, reflected, and wider. Domain is all real numbers, and y is less than or equal to, yes, -2. So that is a recap of graphing absolute value functions.